I'm actually gonna give it just a second because I want to promote the crap out of this.
Well, sometimes it takes a while to show up on YouTube, or a few minutes to show up on
Yeah.
YouTube too. So I'm gonna share some stuff too as well.
Don't forget to mute your stream, man.
Why can you hear it?
No.
Oh, I was about to say it shouldn't be. I can't hear any echo or anything. So
Mm,
let's see.
oh. Uh, all right. Let's see.
Put in a couple of groups that I got going on here. Two Facebook
Hey, we
groups.
have 3 people watching. Hey guys, hold on a second. We're just promoting the crap out of this. So give us just a second. Yes, I said crap. That's a bad word I got.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're YouTubers. We don't have the money to pay a social media expert to do this kind of stuff for us.
Nope. So, um,
I posted on Twitter sphere, on a couple places on Facebook.
oh, let's see. It's my first day.
Well, it's been a while. Like the last time before I went live, I'm like, man, some stuff has changed, and then I'm gonna get back in my groove.
Yeah. Delete. Tweet.
Do, 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 do. Do you like the new update that Twitter has done on the? I don't know if it shows on yours since you're a Mac user or whatever, but they did an update on the Windows Google Chrome, uh, added a lot of features to the Twitter, and
Um,
it's I like it. I really do. I like it on the desktop more than I like it on the mobile devices.
I don't actually use Twitter on the desktop. I use TweetDeck.
Okay, TweetDeck. I know what that
Yeah.
is. I know what
You
that
do
is.
or you do not?
No, I do. I do. I
Okay.
used to use it.
Let's see.
Deling, deling.
Sorry,
All right.
my phone's going haywire with all these notifications. Um, so how are things going, Mr. TB?
Things are going pretty good, pretty good. Today I actually did not actually work. Went to the grocery. Uh, Took me a little bit of a nap. And basically just relaxed today. It's been a while since
Nice.
I've actually done that. So
Nice. I actually did work today. First Saturday I've worked since I left my old job that I didn't like. Um, but they were down a driver, so I went in for a few hours, made some monies. So
money's.
yeah, I like monies. Well, I like giving monies to people that I owe monies to because I like to have a place to live.
Well, yeah,
So that's what I was going to do.
it would be nice if we didn't have to do that,
I
But
know, right?
Hey, it is what it is, I guess.
Yup. So
All right. I think I got it out there on the interwebs, as you call it.
the blogosphere,
Yeah.
the Google sphere.
That's another thing I need to do. I haven't blogged in forever. I've kind of been slacking on that.
I'm a horrible person. I'm actually excited for the kids to go back to school because I'll actually be able to get to vlogging again, and I plan on doing a crap ton of moto vlogs as well. Because, like I said, I'm a stay at home dad at the moment, and so I don't have a lot of time to do this and stuff like that. The other excuse that I have, yes, I know it's an excuse, and that's why I'm admitting it. It is an excuse. My wife and I watch a neighbor kid while she works, and so I don't want to put her kid out on the YouTubes, and so
That's
um,
understandable.
yeah, so that's another thing that I have. However, I'm currently at the moment done with school. I do have a month before I go back to school.
I was about to ask you if you passed. So you just went a semester, right?
So the way it works is you go through the program that I did is supposed to get you ready to go back to college, and if you pass the program, you get um, a discount on your tuition. So I passed the program. So now coming up, I start actual college courses, and I'll be doing web design courses. So I'm excited
Sweet.
about that. Yeah,
Sweet.
I'll be learning more. I mean, there's some stuff that I already know. I've been doing web design and web hosting for the last 10 years, either for work or personal. But this will teach me a lot more. So I'm excited about that. So if you know anyone that needs a website, let them send them my way, and I'll be able
Sweet.
to help them. One of my things is I've done personal work. I just need people to add to my or websites to add to my portfolio to make it look better. So,
Well, yeah.
well, does look like we have one person lurking. Not sure who it is. Whoever it is, thank you for stopping by.
Hello.
My name is Darren. This is Mr. TB. Um, Go and check out his channel. You will not be disappointed. So, you said you're not working. You didn't work today. What else have you been up to?
uh, that's pretty much about it. I mean, I've been um basically spending a little time with Tammy today. Tammy's been lounging, doing a
Nice.
lot of stuff with her today. She got her Bart box today. Uh, Tried to record it, but the thing, this is another thing that I have issues with. A lot of people ask me, how come you don't like record stuff when you're out doing your job? Because I see a lot of different stuff that I feel people would like to see. But the problem is I use my phone for work, so I can't use that and record at the same time. So
Yeah, I understand that.
so when I tried to do stuff with Tammy and stuff today, I tried to record a Bart box, stuff like that. It wouldn't work. My phone was too full. I got to delete a whole bunch of stuff off my phone. Hopefully, maybe one of these days I'll get a decent camera. That way I can
iPhone.
free up my phone.
Get an
What?
iPhone. An
Get an
iPhone.
iPhone.
Uh, it's funny. I like to give people crap. I feel like it's my job. Like even if you do have an iPhone, I give you crap anyways. Like for example, we have a Bluetooth speaker at work. Um, to drown out the quietness at work. And my boss was having a hard time hooking her phone up to the speaker, and so I hooked up mine no problem. I told her she should get a real phone. She has an iPhone. So, um, but
Yeah, I found out today. I did research. The Samsung Note 10 that is coming out, it is coming out with no headphone jack. Uh,
interesting.
They said that they compromised that for having like an all day battery life. They needed that extra space within the phone. You have to buy this thing called it. Let me get this right. It's either a dangle or a dongle.
Dongle. You have to buy it, huh?
At $9.99, $9.99.
That's Apple's got you one up on that because ours came with the phone.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, we it still comes with the earbuds and stuff and everything. I think they're just testing it out. I think I'll be honest with you. I think a lot of Samsung users are going to be upset, and I think that they might possibly go back to the headphone jack because there's a lot of people that kept saying, "Don't get rid of that, don't get rid of that," and they got rid of it.
You know, some people were afraid of that same issue with the iPhone. I it's kind of annoying, but I've not had an issue with it. Like I listen to music. I've actually hold on. I have my headphones right here with my dongle connected. Um, I've never
Okay,
had an
so
issue.
that plugs into where you charge it, right?
Yep. See,
Okay,
so here's my headphones, my dongle, and this is the dongle that came with the phone, and then right in the charger hole.
okay.
So it's, I mean, and it's like if you break it or lose it, it's $9.99. Because I've looked into it. Luckily, I've not broken it or lost it, and so I haven't had to pay that. But um, honestly, $9.99 isn't so bad in my opinion.
Well, no,
However, the charger I've looked into the Apple cords. Those are $30. I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous.
yeah.
So
But another good thing too that I found out about. I've been doing a lot of research with the Note 10 because I'm debating on yes whether going with Samsung or going with iOS
get an
next time.
iPhone.
But anyway, I my research that I did with the Note 10, it also said that it's what they call a 5 camera audio, and what they mean by that is regardless of where the phone is pointing, it'll record the audio more clearly because there's a lot of times
Interesting.
with phones when you're like you got the phone turned a certain way and the camera will actually pick up but will not pick up the stuff that you're actually recording more. This will make it more of a balance.
You know what I do with that, honestly? And this is what I do for that. Hold on. I gotta show you. 2 seconds. Hold on. Hold on. I've I've got 1 second. Hey, we got somebody else watching. Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I use this. This is normally tied into a tighter bundle, so it's not dangling so far. But I go like that.
Isn't
And
that what you use for your GoPro?
yeah, so um, where is right in front of my face. Um, yeah, hold on. So I actually bought these microphones $5 or five for like $10 off Amazon. And they've been great. Let's see,
Why did you have to buy 5 of them though?
because it came with five. Like it was literally five for $10. I didn't have to buy five of them. I only needed
Oh, okay.
one, but it came five for $10.
So you've never had to actually even use the other 4.
Well, I have because I've lost a couple, but
All right. That's
so
understandable.
this is what I use for my GoPro.
Okay.
And I did actually spend a couple extra bucks for these the dead cats. Those came separate. The microphone itself came with like a ghetto foam thing, but the dead cat works a lot better.
Okay.
So, but this is what I use my GoPro, unless it's hooked onto my helmet. I have one of these actually wired into my helmet.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, see, I would
um
give anything to, like I said, I mean, anything, whether it be a camera, GoPro, whatever it may be, just to free up my phone because I use my phone so much for work and other stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't think to, pull out my phone and start recording stuff, or I can't, stop doing stuff from work just to record stuff because I'll be honest, making money is a little bit more important.
Yeah. Dude, if you could swing GoPro Hero 7, I feel like that would be the like one of the best investments. I love the uh sorry, my mind just went blank. I love the stabilization. Like watching my videos, my new motovlogs this year on the GoPro 7, it kind of it gets me excited when I watch them.
Well, that's good.
So you can definitely tell, like I at least I can tell that there's stabilization, and so I think the GoPro Hero 7 is worth the money.
I'll probably have to check into that because I mean, even with my Samsung Note that I got now, it's got stabilization on one on the back camera. It does not on the front camera, but on the back
Gotcha.
camera. On the new one though, it's got stabilization period throughout the whole thing. Um,
See,
so
the one thing that pisses me off with GoPro is this right here. This audio adapter is
yeah.
it's only a GoPro. You can't get it elsewhere. Um, it's $50.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when I had my GoPro Hero 3, I had there was an aftermarket adapter that was like $10. Um, but no, for some reason nobody's making the aftermarket adapter for the newer GoPros. I don't know why, or I don't know what's going on with that, but there's no aftermarket. So, and with this new camera, my motor vlogs are all wired instead of wireless. So I actually what I did to secure that onto my helmet, I actually bought a second one just to zip tie it onto my mount so I don't have to keep unmounting it and mounting it every time.
Well, that makes sense.
So I mean, 50. So GoPro has an extra $100 of my money just because of those adapters.
Well, I'd say probably if they haven't come out with aftermarket stuff yet, they probably eventually will. It's the same way with like game systems and stuff. Sometimes it takes them a long time to come out
Yeah.
with aftermarket, but like battery packs and all that stuff. So, which that's another thing I haven't done in a while. I haven't done any gaming in a while.
Slacker. We're just a bunch of slackers.
But I got rid of all my gaming systems, so I don't
I,
have any gaming systems anymore.
I still have my PS3, and I'm actually shocked because I've been playing Minecraft.
Oh,
I never thought I'd be interested in Minecraft.
I've played it. I don't know. I can play it. It's not something that I'm just like, ooh, I gotta play it. You know what I'm saying? But I,
Yeah,
but I but I can play it.
I'm not the same way. I'm like I don't have. I just play it when I have a few extra moments. But I bought a used PS3 that had Minecraft on it already because I wouldn't have bought it myself. So, but I found it. Like so, I checked it out and started building.
Sweet. I
Yeah,
know it's still. I mean, it's still Minecraft's still huge with people. I
yeah.
mean,
There's actually a group of people that I watch every. Well, I don't watch. I haven't watched a lot lately because I've been busy. But they do every week. They get together and they call it drunk craft, and they get drunk and build stuff. Like I actually tuned in Wednesday night, and they had built this massive, massive roller coaster.
oh wow.
And this was four or five dudes on Mixer. Just every Wednesday or Thursday night, they get together and they drink and
That would
build
be
stuff.
fun.
Yeah.
Well,
So
at least they're doing that and not getting out there, and driving
yeah,
and all that other stuff. So that's good. That's a good thing.
I don't approve of drunk driving.
Me either.
So
Me either.
What else have you been up to, Mr. TB?
Uh, really nothing here lately. I mean, I'm planning on going back to work tomorrow.
Lucky.
Uh, I told you during live stream on my channel one of the bad experiences I had finally with Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Um, I had another bad experience with Uber Eats actually yesterday. I ordered with them today, and it was just fine. But the experience that I had three people, including you, okay, that said that they had used my code or whatever to order food, you know. And when they do that, me as a driver, I get a reward for that as well. Supposed to get a reward for that as well. So I contacted them and I said, where do I look it up to see, where my reward's at? And they would not answer me. What the only thing that they said was, we're sorry for the inconvenience. We're looking into it. We'll give you a message here in a minute. About an hour later, they gave me a message and they wanted more information. And I said, okay, I can give you the people's names, the cities that they order from, possibly the restaurants they order from, if something happens that you need that. They're like, oh no, we need their email address and their phone number. And I'm like,
So
why do you need their email address and their phone number for? That's their information. These codes are shared by multiple people on Twitter. All you have to do is look them up. Shared for anybody and everybody that really wants to use them, because it really doesn't give out any personal information. So if somebody redeems those, we're not going to know their email address and their phone number.
yeah.
So I basically got pretty much screwed out of that money, because they just kept coming back and telling me that I needed to have their email address and their phone number, and I told them that their policy needed to change when it comes to that, because that's so dumb. That's dumb.
Well, I'm double checking with Heather to make sure um if she did, I'll let you know. If not, like she asked for the code, and the girls said they got Happy Meals that day, so I'm assuming she used it, but I don't know
Well,
for sure.
even if she didn't, the I don't want to say who they are on live stream because they may not want to be told who they are. But one out of the three people actually showed me the receipt that they got, where they got the $7 off for putting my code in. So I know for a matter of
One
fact, at
at
least
least.
one person
Gotcha.
did it. And that policy needs to change, because, like I said, all these people that are sharing their codes online, people could be using them. And if the system messes up, guess what? You're not going to get your money unless you know their email address and phone number.
Yeah, that's a pretty crappy policy. I'm not gonna lie.
So, and all these places are so hip on, valuing people's privacy and their personal information or whatever. They shouldn't ask a person for somebody else's email address and phone number anyway, because that's their stuff. That's their account.
Mm-hmm.
But for anybody that wants to know about it, I'm pretty sure it's all over the United States, if not all over the world, until September 1st. Uber Eats does have free delivery fees.
Ooh, free delivery fees.
Yeah, and here in our area, Darren, Uber Eats just picked up all the Burger Kings, so they're
Maybe
slowly picking up a lot of places.
maybe I'll see. I updated all my information the other day, so I can start Uber eating again. And hey, Michelle.
What's up, Michelle?
Yeah. So I picked up, or I updated all my information. Um, because in Ohio everything expires on your birthday, and I had my birthday since last time I drove, so I had to update everything. And
Yeah.
so at the end of the month, I'm gonna start Uber eating again. So
Well, like I said, if something happens, even our town isn't that huge, so I mean, even if you wanted to run in our town to see if it's gotten a little bit busier since the last time, you could just go online from your house,
yeah,
and then once you get an order, just leave.
yep, that's actually what I'm looking forward to. So, how are you doing tonight, Michelle? May I have a link, Darren, please? I don't know how this new system works. Me and Mr. TB are just playing with it uh, tonight, and then next week we need to get a couple more people. See if we can get like more people. So tonight,
Yeah,
we're
this
just playing with it. Me and Mr. TB. Um,
It's
So
really, 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 really new. A lot of people don't know about it. I went live a couple times on my channel. I'm still playing around with it, and there's a lot of stuff to this.
I
So
did change the color from their green to my green in the banners. Got
I
that
see
done.
that.
Their green was all right, but my green is better.
Do you know how to uh, bring certain comments up on the screen if you want to bring them up on the screen? Like, say, you're like doing a question and answer and stuff, and you're like answering a specific question. You can actually bring that up on screen while you're answering it.
That's pretty cool.
All you have to do is click on in your chat as the host, click on whatever. There you go. Yeah. That's all you do is click on it, and then you click on it again to make it go away.
That's pretty cool. Um, sorry guys, you probably noticed I'm coughing. I've got the crap going around our house.
Michelle, I am doing okay. I'm doing all right. As I said earlier, I took off today, so that was good. I got to relax, take me like a little midday nap. Spent some time with Tammy. Went to the grocery. Been doing all right. Doing all right.
I went to the grocery today too after work. I got a cake mix, and Kroger, at least in our area, has Chips Ahoy, 5 for $1. No, five for 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same thing with Capri Sun. Um, so we bought some Chips Ahoy and some Capri Sun, but it's our nephew's birthday tomorrow, so we went and got a cake mix because, well, I don't know when his birthday is, but we're celebrating it tomorrow, so we got a cake mix.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
my wife and kids are celebrating it tomorrow. I have to work.
Yeah, some of us just got to work.
Yeah, I'm slinging pies tomorrow. So
Well, I'll be delivering pies tomorrow and
all
other things
right.
probably.
I'm sorry you didn't feel good today, Michelle. That's no fun. Not feeling good sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Wait. Fries grocery. I've never heard of that.
In Arizona.
Do you guys
Uh,
have Kroger in Arizona? I know. So in Utah, it's actually Smith's, but in Ohio, it's Kroger.
yeah.
Smith's bought or Kroger bought Smith's a couple years ago. But I actually work for a local pizza company where I throw pizzas out my window. No, I don't. Funny story though is I actually about a month ago I was delivering and I got back in my car and I'd parked next. Ah, okay.
Mm.
I you know I vaguely remember seeing that on a pharmacy bag when I was in Utah. But
Fries is a weird name for a grocery store. I would think of that
yeah.
as a name for a restaurant. you know,
Well, don't they also have a fries like electronics?
I don't know.
But so about a month ago, I was getting in my car and I left my windows open because I don't have any and I parked next to a car that some dude was sitting in and as I was getting in my car, the dude's like, pretty soon your job's going away. I'm like, huh? He reached back and pulled a drone out of his back seat and he's like, you're being replaced with this. I'm like, okay. So apparently my job's being replaced by drones. So, all right, Michelle, have a great dinner. I hope you feel better and thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Eat
yeah,
something good on me.
I know, right? We had brats I had brats. My kids had hot dogs.
We
Um,
had Burger King.
ooh. But yeah, apparently my job's being replaced by drones.
I heard that my job was supposed to be at least, you know how you can apply with DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and all that other stuff. In some markets that are like downtown areas, you can actually apply to like walk or ride your bike or something like that. Postmates. Uh, well, supposedly their Uber Eats is going to try out a drone to do that type of stuff instead of an actual person.
Uh, you
So,
know, my opinion is it's still gonna take some dude to pilot the drone for the next several years.
mhm.
Like, I don't think they have automatic pilot drones good enough for that yet. That's my opinion.
Well, I would just want, I'm sorry. I mean, I know people make mistakes too, but I would want an actual person to deliver my food because if a drone is, let's say, 100 feet up in the air and it drops my food, then it's going to go back down and pick it back up and deliver it. You know,
Yeah,
I just,
yeah. But like I've heard, Amazon has explored delivery with drones, and I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah, they've been talking about that for a while and then it kind of fizzled out. They were really going to start doing it hot and heavy and then they just quit doing it. Same way with Uber came out with this program, excuse me, called Uber Rush, and it was supposed to be a delivery service, kind of like Amazon, where as an independent contractor you could sign up and deliver packages, and
Interesting.
but they tested it out for maybe about 4 months and then killed it, but they didn't tell why they killed it. I don't know if it was like losing money or what, but they killed it. I would love to have been able to do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Because I mean, you ain't got to worry about food or anything. Yeah, you got to worry about packaging, making sure that you don't damage the package and stuff. But you don't have to worry about people. You don't have to worry about food, any of that stuff. Everything's right there in whatever box or boxes, and you just drop it off. Let's see here. So yeah,
That
go
that would
ahead.
be fun. I think I would probably enjoy doing that more than delivering food. To be honest with you.
Oh, I would too. I got a message the other day that through Uber, for Uber Eats to do Uber Eats. They said, "Hey, look, you can sign up for what they call Uber X, and it says you can actually, get some riders and all this other stuff and possibly make a little bit more money." I'm sorry, I don't knock anybody that does Lyft or Uber as far as the taxi service goes. I call it a taxi service, but it's just not for me. I don't want strangers in my car.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know,
want. See, I've been in taxing personally. I've never experienced it, but I don't. I'm not a people person, and so trying to make small talk with someone is just not something that I would per se want to do.
well, yeah, and I've got buddies that drive for regular Uber. I've got buddies that drive for Lyft. I've got one buddy that drives for Lyft. He said he goes into like all all the bad neighborhoods and picks up, all these people doing illegal stuff and everything and takes them everywhere. And he said he enjoys it. And I'm like, well, you have at it. That ain't for
Yeah.
me.
Uber X is the most popular private car service that Uber has to offer, commonly referred to as the low cost option for riders. It allows you to quickly arrive at your destination without breaking the bank. Despite being a budget option, your experience will be worth $1 million. There are strict model and year requirements for each vehicle, so don't worry about being picked up in a beater. If you check how much Uber costs, you'll see that UberX is the least expensive on-demand private car service available. Hail one to be picked up in your everyday car by everyday driver. Interesting.
And then they have what they call Uber XL. And Uber XL is like if something happens, you want like an SUV to pick you up if you got like more than one person. People that
Uber
sign up for
Black.
yeah, you got Uber Black. Um, you got this thing out now where let's say I call for an Uber and an Uber picks me up, and there's somebody else that is going my way. I can actually, as a rider, accept them and tell the driver to go pick them up, and I actually get a fee myself as a rider because I'm sharing my ride with that person.
Interesting.
So,
Hey, Big John.
What's up, Big John?
Thanks for joining us. Sorry, this is kind of a last minute thing. Me and Mr. TV are playing with this program. I think if you're interested, would like to have you join next week.
That'd be sweet.
If you're not, I completely understand. But yeah, so I was talking lately a few minutes ago that I updated all my information so I can start Ubering again, and when the kids go back to school.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Because that I'll be honest with you. I mean, I try to help people out as much as I can. You know, I don't want to share every single secret I got. No, I'm just playing. But the real time to do, at least in our area, to do the Uber Eats, the DoorDash, and whatever else as far as that type of services goes, is to do it during the fall and winter months. That's where you make your money.
Sweet. It's coming up on the fall months, so
shoot, they got Halloween stuff out at Walmart right now.
What?
Yes, we went to Walmart today, and they got winter coats out at Walmart.
How did DoorDash drop the ball with you, John?
They still haven't sent him his packet yet.
What?
It's been like 2 months or something like that, I think.
That's ridiculous.
So he contacted me after that happened, and he said, Steve, he said, I've got all my stuff for Uber Eats. I've submitted all my stuff for Uber Eats. Do I have to wait on a card like DoorDash before I can start delivering? And I said, no. I said, all you have to do is go online. Well, either that night or the very next night, he started delivering for Uber Eats.
See, that's what I love about Uber Eats is there's no card. You don't have to pay for it. There's nothing like that. So I got the DoorDash package like 3 weeks before my kids got out of school. And every time I checked, every time I was available, there was nothing available in my area.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've never done DoorDash. But I might in the next couple of weeks when the kids go back to school. I might also just do Uber Eats, just because I like that you can go online and you don't have to have a schedule. You don't have to pay for stuff; like it's already paid for. All you got to do is walk in and pick it up.
Yeah.
So.
And with DoorDash too, the reason why you're experiencing not only because of our area, but the reason why you're experiencing that you can't find a schedule to get on or a block to get on is because the way their system works is they run off ratings. With you being a new driver, you're not going to be able to get a routine schedule down until you deliver for them for a while, until you get a certain percentage.
Yeah.
You know, even older drivers that have a real low percentage, it's harder for them to get on. You have to have a real good percentage, and I don't like that either. I'm just like, well, what does it matter as long as I'm doing my job and people are rating me good and I'm completing all my deliveries and stuff. It shouldn't matter how long I've been on. It should matter whoever's next to get the delivery.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want other people in my car. I'm with you.
No.
Oh wait, I was
Definitely
gonna
not.
show. I got my DoorDash card.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, don't show the front of it. Like I did the other day, I see them showing that piece of mail or whatever, and I had to. I was like, oops.
Oops. I also have So I got my DoorDash card. I got my bag. My bag. I like the idea of just walking and picking up and going.
Well, just keep an eye out if you do DoorDash, and I'm not going to knock you if you do because I do it too when Uber Eats is slow when I need to make money. But just keep an eye out for on the bottom. They are now testing in some markets. I haven't seen it in ours yet, but they're testing in some markets with cash, where customers will pay you cash for deliveries.
I like that idea. I like cash. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't, and the reason why I don't is because of the way that they're going to do it.
Wait. Sorry. So they pay cash for the food?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I thought you meant for like tips and stuff.
Oh no, no, no.
No. I don't want
Yeah.
cash.
So the way that they do it is, they tell you to collect the money, and then they will actually in your account they will subtract that from your account, like put your account in a negative. So it's like they're taking it out of your paycheck. Okay. And I don't like that because DoorDash's systems always mess up. So they could say, well, hey, look, you got that money when in reality you didn't get that money. So you're going to have that big conflict going on.
Yeah.
And, you're going to have people realizing, well, hey, DoorDash drivers now carry cash on them. Now we can rob them. I just
Yeah.
I don't like any of that stuff. It's the most dumbest idea I think and they come out with some dumb ideas, but it's the
See
most
that?
dumbest idea DoorDash has done.
Okay. See, that's another reason I want to stay away from DoorDash is just stupid stuff. You got a nice big pizza bag, didn't get to use. That's one thing that I need to get is a pizza bag.
Go to that place.
Yeah.
I sent you a thing too.
I got to get some money coming in first. Can't buy it for free.
And that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize. I'm just going to say this real quick. With Uber Eats, people complain because Grubhub and DoorDash, when you sign up, a lot of times they will send you a bag. Well, a lot of times, the reason why Uber Eats does not do it because there's a lot of people that sign up and they never deliver, so they're out that money
And that
uh,
makes sense. Like
for
I
the actual bags and stuff. But then again, these drivers need to realize when they're driving for Uber Eats that they need to, within the first couple of deliveries, stop by Walmart and get you a regular bag or something because uh, I see a lot of customers complaining, saying the reason why they don't order through Uber Eats is because there's drivers that just bring the food up to their door. They don't
I
have it they don't have it in a bag. So if you're going to drive for Uber Eats, make sure you stop and get you a bag. I don't care if you deliver that DoorDash bag there. I've seen people do it. I've seen
I
people
got
do it with Grubhub.
I got a Gordon's food bag that a nice gentleman gave me that I'm going to be using.
That's what I used to use actually for my business.
Nice.
So yeah, John got his pizza bag off the site that I sent him, and he got him a good one too. I think it'll fit 3 or 4 large pizzas in it.
Nice. How much was
So
it, John? I'm gonna get personal here.
4 large. Never mind.
Oh dang.
So yeah, mine will fit 4 in it too. The one that I got.
Mm, they see me roll on my Segway.
But I've actually been here lately here at the house. Now that Grubhub's app is actually working for us here at the house, we've been ordering when we do delivery. We've been ordering from Uber Eats and Grubhub. We haven't been ordering from DoorDash as much as we used to.
Oh nice.
Wow, 23 was shipping.
Oh dang. I'm looking at the moment.
Well, I mean, if you look for the type of bags he's got and you look for them on Amazon, they're normally about 20 or 30 bucks
Oh,
themselves.
I see
So
it. It's $8. 7.97. Did you get the red one, John?
I would, you can get either one, but I would recommend if you can get the black.
I would get black just because black's a better.
Well, if you go into the restaurants with anything red, the restaurant automatically assumes you're there for DoorDash or Grubhub.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I actually am going to. That's another thing. DoorDash has their own like apparel stuff the drivers can buy on the side, like T-shirts and hats and stuff like that. Uber Eats does not have that. So I am thinking about creating me um, my own Uber Eats driver shirt.
Oh, nice.
and ball cap or something like that. To where when I walk into these new restaurants, most of these restaurants know me, but when I walk into new restaurants, they say, "Okay, there's our Uber driver."
There's one that holds up to 16-inch pizza pies
Wow.
for $12.
Well, and it's like John said, the one he got, you know, you can turn on its side for the large pizzas, but also if you get like bagged orders, you can just bring it straight up, you know,
Uh,
upright and still use it as a regular bag.
that makes sense. So maybe we should look for. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, John, you'll be able to use it soon enough, though, buddy. You'll get back out there. Did um, who we was talking about? I don't want to say their name. That's up to you if you want to say their name, John. But who we was talking about that was trying to switch from Uber to Uber Eats? Did she ever was she able to finally sign up for Uber Eats, or is she still having issues? That is one thing that I have issues with Uber Eats is they don't really have how do I put it? They don't really have their own separate department, I guess you want to call
Yeah,
it,
I
for
agree
Uber
with
Eats.
you.
They do need to change that because every single time I call them with an issue, they're like, "Well, we got to refer to this person, and they'll email you or message it to the app." And I'm like, you guys really need to get a department where we're Uber Eats drivers. We don't drive for Uber or any other than Uber services. We need to talk to somebody about the eats. And don't get me wrong, if you have an issue with a live order, they're real quick about it. But anything else is like they just like put it off because it's not regular Uber.
That's ridiculous.
Awesome, John. I'm glad she got on. I'm glad she got on.
Yay.
Yeah, she was doing regular Uber there, and she wanted to do Uber Eats, but they kept telling her that she couldn't do Uber Eats if she wanted to do Uber. And I was like, that's a crock. I said, all she has to do is go on there and apply as though it's, a new person applying and just apply for Uber Eats because
Yeah.
it's a completely separate program. Unless you do the Uber X program where you can do both.
Well, that's dumb. It should be like one sign up for either.
Yeah.
And it should be the way it should be set up is you should be able to add services if you so desire.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
I mean, I sign up for Uber Eats, and I should be able to sign up for regular Uber if I desire with the same account.
Well, yeah.
But that's dumb that she had to have a separate account.
Yeah, and it all boils down to it's because they haven't really integrated Uber Eats that way into actual Uber because, like I said, I get tired of a lot of times. I don't have to call them that often. When I do call them, I get tired of hearing that. Well, since you drive for Uber Eats, I'm like, well, just because I drive for Uber Eats don't mean anything. It's still all Uber.
Just so you know, my wife didn't use your code.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So but now you know a little bit more information as to why you didn't see that show up.
Well, yeah, yeah, but like I said, that one person showed me the actual receipt on his
Yeah.
phone through the email and showed me that he got $7 off for the code. So I should have got the reward as well. And I'll be honest with you, I'm honest with everybody. When I share that code, it gives the customer $7, should give the customer $7 off their order. When a customer uses that, it gives me $20 worth of food. Or it's supposed to.
Um. Yeah. The problem is, at least with our area, is DoorDash is more prominent.
Yeah. But
She
they
said they didn't have anything good when she tried, so she didn't use the code. So
okay. Well, Big John, I would suggest if you and the other person we was talking about her getting on, if something happens that you want to order food or she wants to order food, that you guys use each other's code. If you guys aren't under the same address, uh, if not, find somebody else's code and you'll get $7 off. So,
how do I find my code?
you have to download the actual Uber Eats app like a customer,
Okay.
and sign into it.
Okay.
Are you signed into it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm pulling up the app as we speak. Okay, I'm signed in.
Okay. As soon as you sign in, you will see at the bottom, you will see like a little home, the search, all that
Yep.
stuff. Go to the little person for the account.
Yep.
See where it says get $20 off your order.
Nope. Shows your favorite payment help promotions, free delivery, deliver with Uber, and settings.
Well, yours is different then. Mine says your favorites, payment, help, promotions, deliver with Uber, settings, and get $20 off your order.
Maybe because I only did that one day.
Very well could be not just because of that, but it very well may be too because you haven't ordered from Uber yet either. Uber Eats yet.
Quite possible. I
But
did
when
get
you
a
click,
power up.
oh, did you?
Yeah. Remember that my wife just texted me?
Oh yeah. But this is hold on.
Yeah, I've not ordered from Uber Eats.
I don't know if you can. I'm going to put it up to the screen. I don't know if it's too bright or not.
No, you're
But
fine.
but this is what comes up when you actually click. There it is. Okay. See, it says shares a special code with friends when they use Uber Eats for the first time.
Okay.
They get $7 off their order, and you'll get $20 off yours. And then it actually gives you options to actually share the code actually online.
I got a
So,
code for free delivery.
well, that's probably because it's going to be your first delivery. Your first delivery is always free delivery, but they're having a promotion too till September 1st. You get free delivery. So, Big John,
Gotcha.
anybody you know until September 1st, they should be able to get free delivery.
Let's see. Ooh, I can go online for Uber Eats right now. Let's see if there's any dashing in the area.
I've looked up. DoorDash has been doing
Ooh.
what? Springfield normally is busy right now. Look. Oh, whoops. Is that what yours looks like?
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard they're adding Urbana next week.
Yeah, but the bad thing about that is there's not many restaurants in Urbana, so they're going to have to pick up in Springfield.
Oh,
So,
that's dumb.
yeah. So, but I mean, it's all right that they're expanding or whatever, but
Yeah.
um, I mean, people are starting to realize and trust me. I deliver now down where I grew up at, and I talked to a lot of restaurants. I know a lot of restaurant owners from me being a restaurant delivery owner and stuff. Um, with talking with them, um, even with the restaurants, they're getting very, very, very tired of DoorDash. So there's a lot of companies that are dropping DoorDash and picking up Uber Eats and Grubhub. That's the two that they're picking up.
Nice.
And the reason why restaurants go with DoorDash more at first is because a lot of times DoorDash will give them an offer where they will do everything for free. They won't even ask for a percentage off the food or anything like that. They'll just mark up the food a little bit. So that's the reason why people start doing DoorDash. The restaurants do, and the restaurants are like, "Well, why should I go with another service that wants to charge me? Blah 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 blah. When I can do it for free." But they don't realize that they're passing all that stuff on to the customer when it comes to that.
That's pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I just wish, like I said, around our area, I just wish, and I'm not saying be slammed, just be consistent.
Yeah. I just remember that one time we did DoorDash a year or two ago, and it took like 2 hours to get our food because
Yes.
they had to come from Dayton.
Yeah. And that's another bad thing, and that's even with Uber. That's an experience I had the other day with Uber. They said they didn't have any drivers or whatever. It's just because our market is so small that drivers, even though they sign up for our area, they can still go into other areas and actually deliver. So they'll go into other areas where they can make a little bit more money, leaving our area with no drivers.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So,
John sent you a Facebook message.
oh, okay. Sorry, I had
Oh,
my volume down.
Hold on 2 seconds. I gotta go get a beverage.
All right, pop. Let's see here. Oh wow, John, you're you're red everywhere, dude. But just know too that redness doesn't, like I was telling Darren, a lot of times that redness doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I know the Red Sea uh, doesn't mean anything until it gets to about the second or third shade of red, because I've been on and sat there for an hour with no orders, went off into my dash. As soon as I entered my dash, it went red. So I signed back on. I was like, "Ooh, they're busy now." I sat there for another hour with no order. So their system's kind of tricky. But if it's like the second shade of red or above, then yeah, you can count on them being busy. Either they don't have enough drivers in that area or something along those lines.
I got me a Mountain Dookie.
You got your Mountain Dookie pop.
Yeah. Soda. Soda. I put it in the freezer so it's slushy.
Ooh. I used to do that back when I was like 18, 19 years old, but I can't do that anymore. Can't do Mountain Dew anymore.
So good. I've actually cut back Mountain Dookie. I cut back on my soda consumption. The drink that I was drinking that you saw me drinking earlier is Crystal Light.
Yum, yum.
Mm.
Yum, yum.
It's actually a peach mango, which is really freaking good. And I put that in the freezer too to make that slushy.
I got me a case of Propel and didn't even get any pop today
You mean
for
soda?
yeah. I had this, so I'm getting rid of this, and then it's back to Propel. But
So
um,
on a normal day, like on Tuesdays, me and my boss will split a 2 liter of Mountain Dew because it's cheaper than both of us buying a 20 ounce.
mhm.
I was actually thinking today, maybe I'll just go to Kroger and get a Mountain Lightning for 79 cents.
Well, there you go. Or go to
So
Save a Lot and get their brand Dewdrop.
yeah, I don't drink rum and coke. I don't drink alcohol. How many times we have to go over this? Hey, while I forget it, since oh my gosh, it's been forever. But before I forget, why don't you guys hit that like button? Give the stream a thumbs up.
Yeah, we got 4 of them, so that's good. 5 of them at least on my end now.
Oh, nice. But I seriously have cut back on my mountain for my soda consumption.
Well, that's good.
And the nice thing with my job is I'm up and moving, so I'm not such a lazy bum.
That's a good thing too, because that helps with. And I hate to say this, but even with me, it is kind of like an addiction. And when you have an addiction, if you have free time or feel like you're bored or something like that, you're gonna do it a lot more than just getting yourself busy, where you can get
Yeah.
your mindset off of it.
Well, like my job that I lost last year, the problem that I had is they had a fountain in the break room with free soda.
John, you are right. Mountain Howler, that's what it is.
The other problem with that is it was a sit down job where I was sitting 8 hours a day. So
Yeah, you were probably drinking what? I'm going to guess
I
here,
would
maybe 4 20 ounces.
I don't know because they gave us a 20 ounce tumbler that I would refill multiple times a day.
Okay.
I would guess at least a 2 liter, at least 2 liters of soda a day.
Wow. I mean, I drink out of this only because I'm the only one that drinks it, but I even only drink about half of this a day, unless I'm like really,
Unless
really,
it's
really thirsty.
unless it's been one of those days.
Yeah.
So
But no, I signed up for Postmates. I did one delivery for Postmates.
in your old area?
Actually, by University of Dayton,
Gotcha.
because Postmates is real big for college students. A lot of college students know who Postmates are.
Gotcha.
And I re-signed up for Grubhub in my area to see how it is because I want to try them all out to let everybody know, exactly how all of them are. Now, Postmates and the one delivery that I did do, it was almost like it was a Uber Eats and a DoorDash combined. I went to Five Guys for Postmates, and you can go online and everything and stuff just like Uber Eats. But when I went in there to get Five Guys, I had to order it and pay for it myself with the Postmate card.
I don't like that.
So no, I don't like that either. I don't. I like to be able to just pick it up and go. So
Definitely. Well, let me know how they all are, because I'm curious. Like I said, from everything that I've heard from you, I prefer the Uber Eats idea.
yeah, well, the two that I think I'm going to like the most is probably Uber Eats and Grubhub, and then I'm also going to probably throw a little bit of shipped in there as well if I need to make a little bit extra money. But the only downside, well, I don't guess this is a downside for some people, but a downside for me with shipped and Grubhub is they don't have that instant pay option. Um,
Gotcha.
I like that. I like the fact with Uber Eats, I don't know why you need it this many times, but I like the option of you can instant pay your money for up to 5 times a day.
Yeah, I don't know why you need it that many times, but well, then
So
I like it. The nice thing that I have is because I get cash tips. If I need to stop and get gas, I got cash in my pocket. I like that. But
yeah, well,
but
I've
I
actually been getting cash tips here lately, and it's been weird.
see the nice thing about cash tips is you don't have to claim them.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. I used to know a business owner that owned a restaurant, and that's the way that she would do it, just so she could stay ahead. Is she would claim everything, but her actual cash customers, she would only claim 50%
Uh
of that. That's how she stayed, stayed ahead or whatever. She had to make sure, to you know, uh, shred all the stuff, all the stuff, so they wouldn't find out about it. But that's how she stayed ahead.
gotcha. Yeah. I
Yeah,
actually
go ahead.
I was gonna say in my line of work, I prefer cash just because it's easier. Like at the end of the day, they cash out and they give me the tips anyways. The cash, the credit card tips, but the cash tips is just easier to, so I don't have to give them, like I give them the credit card receipts, then they give me the cash.
And I could see in your
So
line of work
cash tips.
the way my business worked when I had more than just me driving. That's the same way that we did it. What I did is I kept track of all the different deliveries, and then when they come in to cash out at the end of the night, they had a certain total for. At that time, I was also accepting checks too as well. Not a lot of people do that nowadays, but uh, I would have a total for checks on their account, a total for cash, and a total for credit, and they would give me all that stuff, and then whatever was left over was, that was what was their tips,
Yeah.
and that's the way we did it that way too. But uh,
But I actually, this is kind of, I'm telling everyone because I get excited. It's kind of white and nerdy, but I don't care. I actually made a spreadsheet where I track all my tips and everything, so it tells me how much tips, because we get tips and delivery fees, and so I track, and it tells me right at the bottom how much I get each night.
well,
So
there's
it's,
nothing wrong with that. I mean, because you know that when what nice to almost not expect it 100%, but
yeah.
chances are you're going to get tipped that day or tipped that time or
Well, the problem that I've had is certain individuals have put in the credit card tips improperly, and so I haven't gotten them all. And so that's why I made this spreadsheet, is so I make sure that I know exactly how much money I have in my pocket and how much I owe,
okay.
because I've been screwed out of like $50. a total of $50 at one or 2 weeks.
Yeah, screw that.
And so when I first started, I wasn't tracking anything. I was just whatever. But then I had one night that I was down $20, and another night that I was down 15. I'm like, screw this. So I came home and I made a spreadsheet that tracks everything. Because like I've done pizza delivery with two different companies, and the way they work is you hold on to your cash and your credit card receipts, and then at the end you cash out and
Yeah.
pay, and pay them. And so I track, like, when I get back from a delivery, I put the amount that the the amount of the food. I put the total, and it tells me how much my tip was, and then I put in my delivery fee, and so I know exactly what I owe the store and what's mine. So,
Well, that makes sense.
and then and this is just for my curiosity. I made a part where I track my mileage,
Well, yeah.
and
Well, I
so
mean, I've got what they call it's through Verizon. It's called a hum that I plug into my vehicle when I deliver, and it shoots out a spreadsheet and everything tells me, the mileage I went, how much mile per gallon I'm getting. I mean, it tells me everything. So
nice.
that's the reason why I got it.
Uh, so yeah, but I'm like, I ain't getting screwed out of money anymore, and I made that spreadsheet, and ever since I made it, I've been good.
Um, hey, John, if you're still here, I can't remember that night that you went out delivering. What did you make in that night when you went to Red Robin and all that? Wasn't it like $50 or
Ooh,
something like that? 50, $60? He he made pretty good for his just in a little bit of time that he delivered. He went to places like Red Robin. Uh, he went to a couple of McDonald's.
nice.
I don't mind McDonald's orders, but you can get them done really, really quick. But a lot of times you don't make a whole lot of McDonald's orders.
Gotcha. I'm kind of excited to start Uber eating again.
Well, first night was $67. I'm sorry. And how many hours was you on? I know it took you like 30 minutes before you got an actual order, but
That was my problem too.
well, that's what I told him. I said you got to be patient. A lot of people that do these multi-platforms, they hop on Uber Eats and they're like, "Oh well, I'm not going to get an order," so then they hop on DoorDash, and then 30 minutes later, whatever. I mean, orders just start coming in, and I'm like, you got to be patient because you're going to make more off each order on Uber Eats than you do on DoorDash. So depending on how busy they are, just because orders ain't coming in like crazy, you're still going to make more money off Uber Eats. Oh, okay, 2.5 hours to 3 hours, he made $67.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. So, and I mean, that's like the day that me and you went, it was at a bad time. It was bad season and stuff like that. When
Yeah,
I started telling John about it, I was like, man, I hope to God he don't like sit around all day with not one order or whatever. And he ended up doing pretty good for where his market's at. So
nice.
he did a video on it. He kept showing his phone and saying, well, my buddy was right. Said we've been sitting around for about 20, 30 minutes and there ain't no deliveries. And then all of a sudden, bam, he just started
I'll
getting them.
I'll have to check it out. I've been really a bad person as far as watching other people's videos.
Oh, I have been too.
So
I just, you know, when you support a whole lot of people when they support you,
yeah, it's
you
hard
know,
to.
and you got a family life and you can't get to stuff right away. It's just impossible.
So I'll definitely check it out. But so when are you gonna get back into vlogging, Mister TB?
I actually tried to do a vlog today, but it didn't work out too well. I was going to like do a vlog of me going to, I was going to the grocery and, all of that stuff. But probably when the fall months, when it starts to get a little bit cooler, that's normally when I start vlogging again. I don't know why. but that's normally when I can, make a certain amount during days where I don't have to literally work from daylight to dark, and I have a little bit more time on my hands.
Makes sense. Hey, Dave, how's it going? No, you're fine, buddy. I mean, you're fine. Don't worry about it.
What's up, Dave?
So I have a question. When you go to Kroger, which one do you go to?
The main one that we all normally always go to is the one on Main Street,
Okay,
down by the Walmart on Tuttle.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm doing good. I've got a slight cold that's been going on for the last month or so that my wife gave me because she's so generous. She wanted to share. But y'all know that I have a lousy immune system because of my health. So when I get sick, I get really sick. Well, not really sick, but I hold on to it longer. And so I'm dealing with that. Other than that, I'm good. And I went to work today. I made $20.
Woohoo!
I know, right? I made more than that. I just in tips, I made $20.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. So you made $20 or wherever that Uncle Sam don't see.
Yeah, I got $20 in cash chilling in my pocket that weren't there when at 8 a.m. I'm always a bit snotty.
But see, that's kind of even your line of work. That's kind of why I like being able to get to your tips and get to your money when you can, because there has been times when I went out to deliver, like I can make it to my place where I want to actually get deliveries from, but how am I going to make it all day because I don't have the gas? I'll
Yeah,
get 4 or 5 deliveries in and then cash out my money and go get gas right then and there because it's available right then as soon as you cash out. So
yeah,
I like that aspect of it.
that's
I like to be
awesome.
able to do it.
Like that's a good way. I mean, I've I try to have gas in my tank before I start my shift, just because I don't want to take the time to stop and get gas. But there's been a couple times where I've had to stop and get gas with my tips, my cash tips.
Yeah.
So
And then you have them times where you're like, dang, I just got gas and I'm out here delivering and I see it's 40 cents cheaper on the gallon. I could have just waited
yeah,
to get it.
how I know. So I'm gonna get curious. How when you do delivery around our area, how many miles do you drive?
In our area,
Yeah.
uh, I don't really deliver that much in our
Okay.
area,
So like
but
if you
where
were
I
to
deliver at,
yeah, not counting
uh,
the miles that it takes to get there.
I want to say I probably put, because I do from about 7 o'clock in the morning till sometimes 8 o'clock at night. I want to
Yeah.
say I probably put about 150 miles a day.
Holy shiz.
Yeah, because I go across 3 different counties.
Gotcha.
So, uh, but then again, when I do that, uh, I can only do 7 or 8 orders and come out of it making over $100 for that day. So, I mean, it just all depends. It depends if I want to sit and just wait on orders to come in, or if I want to drive around, because some restaurants have, since there's so many in certain areas like McDonald's and places like that, they have really small zones. So unless you're like right next to them, you're
Gotcha.
you're not going to get the order somebody else is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think the most I've done is like 70 miles.
Oh, okay, well that's still a lot
Yeah,
with the like what you guys do, like a 3 or 5 mile radius or something.
I don't know, but we deliver out in BFE, out in like Baker. I don't know if you know where Baker Road is.
I've heard of it. I don't know where it's at.
Um, you know where New Carlisle Pike is, like down 40.
Yeah.
We go out there. We go down past New Paris Pike. So we go out ways, but so. What have you been up to, Dave?
Yeah, Dave.
We're talking delivery services. Not sure how it. I guess I understand how it got there because I deliver pizzas. Mr. TB delivers food, and John's In and Out, he delivers food as well. Um, but that's what we've been talking for the last probably hour or so.
Last.
My last Uber video was pretty funny. I just edited yesterday. I did the video a couple days before what happened.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I told John, and now if you're going to start doing Uber Eats again as well, I told him, I said, we're going to have to do like a video or a live stream or something like that, and say, hey, look, come meet the Uber YouTubers.
We can do that. That'd be funny. I want a brocation. Dang, when was the last time even had a vacation? Was 2.5 years ago when my car died on the way to Utah. That was a hell. That was a hellcation.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my gosh, that was miserable. I'm not gonna lie. All right, John, let me know when it's on the tube, and I'll check it out. Yeah, car problems on a road trip are not fun.
No.
We almost needed a vacation from the vacation.
Well, and I felt bad because you know how I am, or well, you're the same way when it comes to me. You know, if I know you're broke down, or you need help with you being so close, you know, I'm like I want to help, but then found out at first when I seen the stuff, I seen you was having car issues and everything, but then I got into more reading the stuff and looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, he's not even here. He's
Yeah.
he's out there. I can't do anything about that.
What are you doing in Tennessee?
Woohoo!
Family cabin up on the lake. Oh my gosh. Fishing, swimming, and 10 minutes from a decent site. Oh my gosh.
That'd be cool.
Dang, son.
Do some recording.
Heather, I'm leaving. Oh, that'd be awesome. You
John, are
know,
you going to see Jaybirds in Tennessee? Gary and Almeida's in Tennessee.
vacation with the brother. Everyone's going on a brocation. Dude, what's the problem? Oh my gosh. So, I was going to say something and my mind just went blank.
Mine does that all the time.
Oh, yeah. I just realized like this year, this spring, that I left all my fishing gear in Utah.
Oh
All
wow,
my all my camping gear in Utah.
wow.
So, okay, the problem was like this was so I our video of our move is up on YouTube under my personal channel. If you search my name, you'll find it. Um, but a SUV, my car, which is a Volkswagen Jetta. So we had my Jetta, a Dodge Durango, and a 12 by 12 trailer. So we didn't have a lot of room to move. I was so pissed. My wife packed 5 or 6 boxes of kids' toys. I was I left so much good stuff behind because we didn't have room. Now, if we didn't have all those freaking toys, like I remember I threw my deep fryer away because I didn't have room. What else did I leave? I left a lot of cooking stuff that would be nice to have right now because I didn't have room. I was not a happy camper. I
I bet.
know, right? They don't even have that many toys in the room right now because they lose them because they never clean the room.
Tammy's got a lot of toys.
Yeah, but Tammy probably takes care of her toys.
She won't pick them up. I've tried to get her to pick them up. She won't pick them up though.
My kids don't pick them up. So when I do, they go in a garbage bag.
I remember my parents threatening me when I used to make my room's messy, they'd threaten to throw them in the garbage. Hey, if you don't pick these up, they're going in the garbage.
My wife won't let me put them in the garbage, so they're in the garage, taking up space in the garage. But yeah, that was too many toys. I was not happy.
Well, John, I can see that now. If Jaybird's 8 hours away from where you're going, yeah, that would be kind of an out of the way trip.
What's an extra 8 hours? Come on now. You're going that far, might as well go the extra 8. So yeah, all my camping gear is in Utah. My family is actually on at family reunion. They're at Bryce Canyon this weekend, and last weekend my mom texted me pictures of all the camping gear, asking if it was mine and what to do with it.
So yeah, that's mine. UPS it.
I know, right? I used to have ADHD until I would hear the belt flying. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Taking up valuable real motorcycle space in the garage.
Yeah, it's drives me crazy. It's hard to get the motorcycle in and out because of the stupid toys. And every time I go out to the garage to do something, they have to come. They have to follow me out there, and they have to pull out toys.
We was actually talking. Me and the wife was talking probably 3 or 4 days ago about motorcycle licenses and stuff, and what it takes to get them and all that. And I think that when spring comes around, I think I'm going to get my motorcycle license.
Yes,
So
yes. So it's easy to get. Like all you got to the learner's permit is easy to get. All you got to do is take a test, and it's
mhm.
like 45 out of 50. They're most of them are common sense questions. And then you can drive for a year on that. You just can't drive at night. You have to wear a helmet and no passengers,
Okay,
which
that
makes
makes
sense
sense.
anyways. But I would honestly, if you can, and I would honestly seriously recommend the MSF course through the state.
Hmm.
It's $50. I did mine in Columbus, and it's a day of classroom and 2 days of road or range or whatever they call it. And then if you pass that test, you don't have to take the road test. They just give you a card, and you walk into the DMV with that card, and they give you your license.
Okay. Now, when you go to do all this stuff, do you have to do it on a two-wheel motorcycle, or can you do it like on a trike? Or
Um, I'm not sure as far as that. I know when I was there, when I like, because I did my class, my road class. So the classroom day was like Wednesday at like 2 or 3 hours, and then we came back Saturday and Sunday to do the range.
Mhm.
Um, and that was like 8 a.m. to noon. So they had two classes those days. So that my class was 8 to noon, and then they had one from like noon to 3 or 4 or whatever. The one after mine, there was a lady on a scooter.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'd like to, like I was telling her, I'd like to be able to, uh, eventually, me get out there on a motorcycle on day stuff because it's cheaper on gas, but also be able to, just take a ride. Me and Monica's getting a little bit older. Just be able to take a ride somewhere or
yeah,
whatever. But I think I would feel more comfortable, which I don't care myself. But as far as having an actual rider with me, I think I would feel more comfortable with having some type of trike or whatever the ones are called, where they look like an actual bike, but they got two front wheels.
two in the front, one in the back. The
Yeah,
That's the Can-Am Spider.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna try the screen share really quick.
Okay.
2 seconds.
Yeah, Big John, you can deliver with motorcycles too as well, but unfortunately, Darren wants to do that, but they don't have his model.
Yeah, they won't like in their like that. Can you see my screen?
No, you have to when you click share screen, you have to actually add it to the stream. You'll see a window at the bottom.
Uh, it doesn't give me that option. What the freak? It says share. Uh, right there. Now do you
You
see
have a
it?
moped. Yeah, I like the way that
Okay.
does that too. It still keeps this up on the screen. I like that. Yeah, it's more or less like that. I mean, I've seen other ones that are more generic than that. Uh, but yeah, it's pretty much like that.
So I actually looked into these for my parents when I was interested in getting a motorcycle. Um, the one problem that I have with this is they are more stable and whatnot. That is correct. However, they don't get good gas mileage. It's 25 miles to the gallon. So it kind of defeats the purpose, in my
Well, yeah,
opinion. I mean, they're still cool and all, but as if you're looking for gas mileage, um, you're not going to get it on that. You know what?
it's better than my van though.
Yeah, true. You know what, John? Nobody asked you, jerk. You got to watch out for Hell's Grannies. They'll whip you with a wooden spoon if you don't buy something from them. uh, yeah, it's like a car as far as the mileage goes. So
John
I
said it looks like a Batmobile.
it kind of does, though, to be honest with you.
But yeah, there's a girl at Monica's work that she rides one all the time to and from work, and she keeps telling Monica, "Hey, they're not hard to drive, they're not hard to do this, not hard to do that." And I
Like,
just with two people, I don't mind having a regular motorcycle for myself, but with two people, I just especially if I'm going a good sized distance, I would
yeah.
feel more comfortable if I had either a trike or one of those.
I actually last week I had a passenger for the first time. Well, let me tell you, that was strange.
Really?
Yeah, like it wasn't bad. It's just takes getting used to because it weighs it's extra weight on the bike, and then there you have to compensate for their leaning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, that's I'd be
So,
screwed because they'd lean and I'm like, oh, you're leaning.
well, like not like leaning heavy, but like you're like if you're like that, you're fine. But if you're like that, you're compensating. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
And like this was totally the first time I ever had a passenger, and I'm sure it's gonna take some getting used to, but it was definitely different. I noticed like as soon as they got off, it was obviously much lighter, and it's a better. I prefer having not a passenger, and maybe once I get used to it more, it won't be as bad. And then I think another thing, and I'm talking a lot all of a sudden. I think another problem that I have is my bike is a smaller bike, and so it's not. I mean, it's got passenger seat and passenger pegs, but it's
Yeah.
not like the best for passengers. And the one I want, hopefully next year, will be better for that.
Oh,
I'm hoping if everything works out. But as far as having a passenger, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. It was just different, if that makes sense.
yeah. Yeah. That's just too much stress for me, though. I'm just playing. I would rather just, I mean, like I said, the only reason why I want one is just, to be out and actually, feel the air and,
Uh huh.
you know, all that stuff and everything. I mean, I could care less if it was um, if they would allow me to drive a four wheeler on the regular road. I would do that too. It's just something that has a wide open concept to where, you know,
Yeah. I wish they would make four wheelers street legal. I like that would be awesome.
Yeah, me too. And I mean, you can change the tires and stuff on them and
I know,
everything.
right?
I mean, I don't know why they don't allow them. They allow them. I've seen a lot of them here lately. Well, it's not really allowing them, but they're bicycles that have the motors on them.
I know. You know, I want to get one.
I have like seen tons of them just within the past couple of weeks. I'm like, wow.
um, Dave said the granny comment was in regards to your comment of the older lady taking a scooter to class. She wasn't an older lady; she was just a lady. But the nice thing with the class, they actually provide the motorcycle. So I drove my car up to Columbus, where the class was, and they have state provided motorcycles. It was a 250 motorcycle that they provided.
Hmm.
So you could even do it before you get your motorcycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all you got to do, you do have to have the one of the like one of the requirements to sign up for the class is you have to have your learner's permit, which is you go in and take the test and you pass, and then you do have to have a helmet and a jacket.
Okay. So that's going to take a little bit, just
Yeah.
a little bit of money. But if I'm serious about it, it'll be well worth it because I'll save some money.
Yeah, like okay, the I don't know if you'll save money as far as your license, but it'll be I believe it's the experience is well worth the $50. Like I know like the Harley Davidson dealerships, they'll charge $300 for the class,
Hmm.
whereas the state charges 50.
Well, I'm talking about, I'm seeing as far as like save money in the long run, like when I'm at the house or something, and I just need to, run over to the Dollar General, which is like 3 or 4 minutes away. I can just hop on the bike and go over
Yeah,
there. Just saving money that way instead of
gotcha.
having to, start up the van and go on over there and, all that stuff.
So that's what I have. It's um Eric Buell's excuse for a beginner bike. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of like Honda has the Rebel. A lot of manufacturers have uh, their version of the beginner bike, but it's only got a 250 engine. Um, this one has a 500cc engine. So the nice thing with this one is I didn't have to. It's a Buell Blast. Sorry. The nice thing with this one is I didn't. Yes, I want a new bike, but this does great for what I have. It's not so slow that it's not doing anything for me. If that makes sense.
Well,
Like
what it makes me think of the name, it makes me think of the name of the movie Ferris Bueller. I don't know why.
I haven't seen that movie for ages. But like for example, my friend he started on the Honda Rebel. It's a it's a 250cc motorcycle. It will get up to highway speed. However, it won't get him out of trouble if he's on the highway. If that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
And within the first year of owning it, he wanted something more. And I knew it would be a year or two before I would be able to replace mine. So I wanted something that would be more than just a 250.
Okay, makes sense.
And the other thing is like people will tell you that you start out on a 250 and then once you have your experience you can go big or go bigger. But I mean like I said I didn't want something that I would get tired of quickly. And then the other issue is, at least for me, I felt like I had enough experience with the clutch and the throttle and all that because I had previous experience with a four wheeler. So, I mean, do what you're comfortable with, but don't do something crazy. Like the guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. There was one guy in our class that this motorcycle class. He'd already got his motorcycle, um, and he got a Hayabusa, which it's a sport bike.
Suzuki.
Yep. Let me see specifications. Oh, hold on.
Is it a lay
Uh,
down bike?
yes, it's a 1300 cc.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a crotch rocket. It's a literal crotch rocket. I'm going to show you and share my screen. Hold on. Because I have a story to share. Um, share. So this is the Hayabusa. It's a literal crotch rocket, 1300 cc engine. It's like literally a death rocket.
Looks like it.
So, like I said, you take the class, you take the test. You can fail the test multiple ways. Main reason failing the test is dropping the bike. If it's like your normal road test in a car. If you have too many points taken off, you'll fail the test. But he literally he dropped the bike. He grabbed the front brake too hard, and he went end over. He was fine, but he
Wow.
dropped the bike, so he failed the test.
Wow.
Now, with the class, you can have one retake on the test. He decided to do his retake that same day. He failed the second time
Wow.
because I was late because I was waiting for my wife to pick me up because we only had one car that time, and I couldn't ride the bike. So I was waiting an hour for my wife to pick me up. But he took the class, he retook the test after everyone but me had left, and he failed. So that is not a beginner bike. That's one of those bikes where you think you're cool and whatnot, but you're an idiot if you buy it as a beginner bike.
Oh yeah. You
No.
don't start out with something. It's just like when you're a kid and get your driver's license for the first time. You don't buy a brand spanking new car.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a beater or at least a older vehicle. You're not gonna start off with something good and way out
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. I'd want a bagger or trike. No sport bikes for me. I don't want a sport bike. Um, I want a cruiser, something that I can relax on. This is what I'm looking for. It's a Honda Shadow.
there. On the shadow.
This is
I
what.
want a, I want a Harley. No, I'm just playing.
So this is what I'm looking for next year, or I'll hopefully next year. But when I upgrade, this is what I'm looking for. It's a Honda Shadow. I want something that I can just stretch out and cruise on.
Okay.
The front, it's got front pegs, so they're right there, and you just sit and relax and enjoy the ride.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, and the only reason, well, one of the only reasons I got my bike was it was in my price range. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted something else, but my budget didn't allow for something else.
Wow, John, your first vehicle was an '84 Dodge Mini school bus.
What the heck is it? 84 Dodge Mini school bus.
Was it an actual school bus or a minivan?
Yeah, I'm guessing it was a van.
I don't know. They make the small buses. I just didn't know if you had like a small bus, an actual small bus, like the short buses.
My guess is this is what he
Uh,
had.
he said, yeah, actually a school bus.
What was it, like one of the short buses?
Did it do diesel or gasoline? Give me a second. I got Miss Tambo here scratching on the door. I'm gonna let her in. Hold on.
You're fine. My first car was an 88 Chevy Corsica.
Come on, Tambo. Come on.
Short bus.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You come in here. Come on.
Tammy. 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 Tammy.
Come on. Come up here.
Tammy.
Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come up here.
Hi,
Hey.
Tammy.
Say
I know
hi.
she can't hear me.
Hi.
Tammy.
Say hi. Can you see him? Huh? Can you see him? Hey. About ready to pull my stuff off.
I was 17. Maybe I was 16 and a half. I don't remember.
Okay. It's okay.
Oh, Tammy. What was your first car, Mr. TB?
My very first car, well, what I learned to drive in was a 65 Ford Falcon with 3-speed on the column. It was,
Three on the tree.
yeah, it was black with red flames on the front of it. But my very first vehicle was a puke orange Chevy Celebrity, and I think it was in 1980.
Nice.
Yeah, as a
I
hatchback.
I learned in a Dodge minivan, a Dodge Caravan, but my first car was the 88 Chevy Corsica.
Okay, I like the Corsicas. I had a few of those, and I had a few of the Berettas too.
Nice.
So I like those.
And then in my car after that, I missed this car so hard. I had a 97 Toyota 4Runner. I put 150,000 miles on it. That was, oh my gosh, one of the best cars I ever had.
And a Buick Skyhawk, I remember those. Cadillac Eldorado, those too.
Excuse me. My both my older brothers had a Ford Pinto, and then my sister had a Chevy Spec.
I remember those. I remember the what is it? The Gremlins. I remember those. A lot of people had those in the AMC vehicles.
Uh,
Uh, I mean, there's a lot of vehicles out there, but just like Dave said, $100. I can remember. I think I paid $500 for my very first vehicle, and I actually bought it on payments.
nice.
I did like $100 a month.
That's what I did with mine. It was 800, and I bought it from my neighbor on payments.
Yeah, AMC Pacer, exactly.
But with mine, I actually took it off roading, and I broke a couple axles.
Wow.
Yeah, I told my parents that I hit a speed bump because I was skipping school. So I told them no, it wasn't a speed bump. It was a bump in the road from road construction. I told them I was speeding and hit the bump fast. And my dad took me in his car and he hit it 10 miles faster than I said, and didn't break it. But I bought it from my neighbor who was a mechanic, and he was fixing it and found all the mud underneath and showed my brother, and my brother's like, you weren't I'm like, yeah. Well, to be honest, I got the idea from my older brother who took his um oh my gosh, his Pinto off roading. So I got the idea from him. Uh,
I took my 25th anniversary Z28 that I had through cornfields, but I never like went through like off road.
yeah, I grew up in Utah. We went up in the mountains, went through some mud puddles, went like this. It was a good day until I broke an axle. We luckily, so it was me and my friend and his friend, and luckily his friend had a cell phone that he called one of his other friends to come out and pick us up. We went and got his Chevy Blazer, and he towed us home, all while I was skipping school. And I got home and I hosed the mud off my car just in time before my parents got home.
But didn't think to get everything on the undercarriage.
Nope, nope, I didn't get all that out. So my parents know now, but now that I'm not afraid of them, but yeah, it's one of those stories you tell your parents and hope they never find out the truth. It was a K5 Blazer, I think, is one of the old school big ones.
Yeah, yeah. They're talking about, if you look them up, they're talking about possibly bringing back out the Blazer, the full size Blazers.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? Ford actually brought back the Ranger.
I've seen that too. Yeah,
However, from everything that I've read, it's just an F-150 that's been rebadged.
yeah. That's pretty much all. Like with Chevy, they come out with this new, since they got rid of the Cavalier, they come out with the Chevy Cruze,
Yeah,
and the Chevy Cruze, all it is a Cavalier. That's it, just with a different name. So
yeah.
with a different, style on the body, but pretty much if something happens, they wouldn't have got rid of the Cavalier. That would have been the new style Cavalier.
It's what Dodge with the did with the neon and the dart.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, it was the neon. Then it was the what's that ugly little thing? Oh my gosh, what's the four door ugly little thing?
For Dodge,
Yeah.
uh, hold on.
Well, there's the Avenger,
Yeah.
which is pretty much the same thing as the neon. And what was the one that was after the wagon?
Oh, the Magnum.
No, not the Magnum. The Dodge.
Yeah, John, I don't like the 2019 either. It's got a chopped top. I don't like it. It's not like a regular Blazer.
Hatchback. It's the hatchback.
I'm trying to think.
The Caliber.
Yeah.
I
Caliber.
mean that the Dodge Neon, the Avenger, the Caliber, the Dart. They're all pretty much the same thing, just rebranded.
Why do chickens have coops?
Why? I'm curious. That's very true. Oh my gosh. You're killing me, Smalls.
But yeah, John, to get back to your 2019 Blazer thing, they kind of chopped the top on that, and I don't like now how Chevy is coming back out with new body styles for certain stuff. Even the new Camaro, I like the new Camaro, but I don't like the fact of it looks like it's a chop top. I don't like that. The windows on the side are like only literally about that tall, and that's all the window room you get on each
Are you,
side, and it's not enough. It just looks weird.
are you talking about the C8?
Talk about all the brand new Camaros,
Uh,
like the one you see in the Transformers movie and all that.
ah,
They just they look like they need to have more window room. And they started doing that stuff with the chop top.
oh, the Camaro. I was thinking about the Corvette. Sorry.
Yeah, the vet, and then the vet has some features like the Camaro, like the taillights are about the same, stuff like that. But I don't like the whole chop top stuff. If I do chop top, give me the stuff from back in the '60s and '70s.
Here you go, John. Let's see. Share screen.
I do
Yeah,
like how program when you share screen, it still keeps the cameras up there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, the Nitro is kind of ugly, and I'm gonna agree with you on that. I didn't realize the Blazer was a four banger. That's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Like what's I mean, if it was a smaller SUV, I could see that, but if you're getting an SUV, for the most part, you're gonna want at least 6 or 8 cylinders. It's too big to be a four-cylinder. I do actually love the Gladiator. I'm not gonna lie. I wish
Well,
I had, huh?
the Gladiator.
Yeah, I wish I had 60 to 70 thousand dollars that I could spend on the Gladiator. I think they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably this time next year. I don't want to, but I'm probably going to be forced to now that I got the wife her new van with all the bells and whistles, and I took over the white van. The white van with me delivering in it a whole lot is starting to have a whole lot of issues. So I'm going to have to think. I'm thinking hard and serious whether I want to go with a like a four banger vehicle to deliver in like a car, or if I want to go back with a minivan because a minivan with me being tall and stuff and everything is just so much easier for me to get in and out of. So
Uh
I don't know.
33 grand isn't that bad.
No.
But so I have actually told my wife, I said, other than my motorcycle, my next car is going to be an SUV. Now, only because I want four-wheel drive for the snow. I'm tired of having like the front wheel drive is all right, but I want four-wheel drive.
Hmm.
That and um, turning around is easier in an SUV because then I could just go up and over the curb. So I miss my Forerunner. I had a Forerunner for like 5 years, and that was the greatest car I've ever had.
I had a Toyota 4Runner too. It was a four screen. It was a well, naturally the four door, and then I traded that in for a brand new Toyota Tacoma.
What year was your Forerunner?
I think it was a 85.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I
Mine
think
was
it
a
was.
97.
Oh, so yours was a lot newer than.
Yeah, that's the one that I put 200. I put 150,000 miles on it. When I went into the dealer, I actually traded it in on my Jetta. It had like I said, it had 250,000 miles on it. Went into the dealer to trade it in, and the dealer's like, "So, what are you looking to get out of your quarter of a million mile Forerunner?" I'm like,
Be
"Ram Charger. That
like,
would be
whatever you
cool."
will give me.
Well, I told him I wanted 1,000. They're like, "Well, we were thinking five, but we'll give you seven." I'm like, all right.
All right, so I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'll turn the lights down on it. That right there was the one I had.
Well, it looks almost exactly like the 97.
Yeah, my aunt or whatever had a newer one. Have you now the new or new Forerunners don't even look like Forerunners.
No, they don't.
Same way with the new Dodge Durangos, they don't look like Durangos.
Why is
So
your might help if you plug the battery in? Sorry, I'm using my wife's computer, and it just said the battery was low, but apparently it wasn't plugged in all the way.
that's Linux for you. No, I'm just playing.
Uh,
Uh,
uh, um, so this was mine. I had the 97 Toyota 4Runner.
okay.
I I had
Yeah.
a lot of good like that was like my first real car um after my Corsica, and so it was actually a reliable car. So I put a lot of miles on that, like with road trips. I went out to California twice. I went to Idaho several times. St. George and Vegas a couple times. So I actually took it up to Oregon once. So I had a lot of good memories with that car. That's the car that I got married in. Not married in, but it's a car I had when I got married. So a lot of good memories.
Exactly, John. The original Forerunner was a pickup, and the when I traded my Forerunner in for the Tacoma is the exact same year, um, and it was a pickup. So it was
I,
pretty much the same exact thing. Just one was SUV and one was a pickup.
I would love to have a truck one day.
Me too.
I I think the Gladiator would be nice mid ground between an SUV and a pickup. Um,
I mean, to each their own, but for me, with the Gladiator and stuff and everything, I always look at it as, like for me, I've been around GM vehicles all my life. I know how to work on them. I know that the parts are cheap for them, so I try my best to at least stay with GM products. Now that doesn't happen all the time, but I try to at least stay with GM products. Now
yeah,
other people may like Ford, like Dave. He likes Ford. It all depends on what you like.
I'm not gonna lie. The My Forerunner didn't have very many problems, but when it did, it was more expensive just because of the parts.
Mm-hmm. Tammy, like Tammy's wanting to go POTTY.
Um,
Yeah, I've seen the new Tacomas, John. They look pretty good. And I'll be honest with you, if I had a choice of a full size pickup other than a Chevy full size pickup, I would probably get the Tundra, the Toyota Tundra. I think they look pretty good.
ooh. Well, the nice thing about Toyota, like the Tacoma, um, as far as I haven't looked recently because it's way out of my budget, but I believe you can still get it in a manual transmission.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of the problem with American trucks. American trucks is they they're running out or they're no longer putting manual transmissions in them, and I prefer manual.
I do at times if I'm like hauling stuff
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I'll do it, but sometimes I get tired of shifting.
and I can see that. But I would rather drive my car than my wife's car just because it's a manual transmission. It's it to me it's a funner experience of driving.
Well, yeah, and believe it or not, if you have the same vehicle, one with the automatic and one with the manual transmission, the manual transmission is going to get better gas mileage.
Yeah,
So,
stick shift is fun to drive once you get the yes. It took me a while to get used to it, but yes, and I've gotten to the point where it's all second nature now.
I love
And
them better. I love them better when when you're in the snow too, because it is so much easier
oh
to
yeah,
downshift to do whatever you need to do. When you have a stick, it's just so much easier. You have so much more control.
oh definitely. Like I would rather drive my car in the snow than my wife's.
And then you get somebody like me that's in a hurry that will, you know, ramp up the RPMs and go from like first to third gear.
That's why we can't have nice things. I tell my boss that all the time at work. She gets mad at me. It's funny.
But yeah, I used to do that a lot anyway. And then also when I in my Tacoma that I had, the Forerunner I had was automatic, but the Tacoma I had was an actual stick. And when I hold certain things in that Tacoma, I actually had to start off in second gear. I couldn't start off in first, or it wouldn't go anywhere. I had to start off in second gear.
Gotcha. I gotta say, we did have a Dodge Durango at one point for about a year. That was nice to have hauling stuff. Like um sister and brother-in-law, they had to redo their house, and not their house, their roof. Their roof had they had a major windstorm, and it tore some of their shingles and roof stuff off.
Hmm.
So I parked my trailer in front of their house while they tore everything off and redid it, and I towed that trailer full of debris and stuff with the Durango, and it was pretty nice. So, like, if I was getting something to tow stuff, like primarily for towing, I'd probably get a diesel.
Well, yeah,
But
yeah, they last longer. They got a little bit more power. Um, all that good kind of stuff. They used to be a little bit cheaper on fuel too, but now anymore it's like it's either the same as gasoline or a little bit more than gasoline nowadays. At least here it is. Somebody's ding 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 ding
yeah, so many
ding.
freaking notifications. Sorry, my wife's texting me, so you guys had to sit on the back burner for a second. I do apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you, but
But yeah, I'm glad you tested the screen share option out on this because I had yet to do that with having a guest, and I like the way that does that. That's pretty sweet.
yeah, I like sharing my screen. I feel like it's easier to like that way everyone knows what we're talking about.
Well, yeah,
So when I can, I prefer to share my screen. So I'm
I
glad it
just go ahead.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, like it was fine with Google Hangouts, but when you were sharing it, you could hear somebody talking, but you couldn't see, somebody that's just tuning in that don't know maybe who the people are in the live stream. They could be like, is this person or is this that person? I don't know
Yeah.
who's talking.
How dare you care about your wife and be a good husband? I know. Sorry, guys. She she uh she takes precedent over all y'all, as
Yeah,
I'm sure your wife or significant other would do the same.
yeah, mine's in bed. So,
Mine's working late tonight, so I hate weekends because they're open late.
oh yeah, yeah,
I feel like a horrible husband making my wife work all these hours, and I work a measly 20 hours a week.
I think me and you. Well, I take that back. I mean, I work more than that, but I mean, as far as the money wise that I bring in is a lot less, a lot less. But
Are you talking to me, or are you trying to get a hold of my wife? Because she's at work. You ain't gonna get a hold of her. Uh, you know, never mind. I won't say it. I like not working where your wife works.
oh yeah, that's understandable. I don't think I'd like it either.
For the oh, gotcha. Okay, I'll tell her you said hi. But for those of you that don't know, I used to work with Mr. TB's wife, and I mean, the people that I worked with were great. The job just wasn't for me.
Too
I
much
well,
drama.
yeah, I much prefer working where I'm at. I actually like some. It's minimum wage. I'll give you that, but it's quite enjoyable. There's less stress. People I work with is great. So yeah,
Yeah, I just wish our area would have more options.
I know, right?
I mean, you really don't have a whole lot of options of things to do for a living.
Well,
Uh, you know,
that's why I was always driving up to Columbus, is because there's more options up there.
I mean, unless you want to work in like the medical field, the retail field, or the food industry,
Oh, I don't want to work in the food industry.
So,
I'm joking. Ooh, is it now? That'll be nice. That'll make me some more money.
yeah, they'll just raise costs to other things. That's the way
Yeah.
they always do it.
Well, I mean, I was discussing it with someone on Facebook about how minimum wage should be $15 an hour. I'm like, that would be great until they raise the cost of everything else.
Yeah.
I don't actually uh, consider what we do fast food. I do pizzas, and so that's definitely not fast food. And I'm a delivery driver, so if if we're busy, I'm on the road. I actually don't mind getting into making pizzas when I can. It's kind of enjoyable. But other than that, I'm either cleaning or cutting pizzas.
Shoot, I'd have to get in there and start flinging pizzas up in the air.
Well, ours are thin crust, so they don't have to be thrown in the air.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Now they do have a regular crust, which is kind of good, but those are very rare. I've actually never made one of those with the hand tossed.
Ah,
I've only made the thin crust.
yeah, they are no more for their thin crust pizza.
Yeah, I've worked KFC, Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell. See, I did. Other than this job, I've worked 3 weeks at Domino's back in Utah, and the only reason it was only 3 weeks is because I was doing a full time job. I was doing school, and I tried to do Domino's delivery 2 or 3 nights a week, and it just was too much. So, to be
Now,
honest with
now,
you,
now you can do Uber Eats.
yeah. Um, so now I can do school, my delivery job, and Uber Eats. So that's my three. But to be honest with you, I do prefer the hand tossed. However, the thin crust that we have isn't that bad. Like I prefer the hand tossed, the original regular crust or whatever you want to call it. But the thin crust that we have is not that bad.
I like thin crust. I know my uncle. He every time he ordered pizza, he always ordered wherever it was from. He always ordered pan, like the
Oh, those
like
are
the deep
good. Oh,
like the deep dish pan
oh my gosh.
pizzas.
Oh yeah, the nice and crispy crust. Those are nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of want. I haven't had Papa John's or Domino's in forever. I kind of want both of them.
Well, I'm telling you, if you order Papa John's delivery, you're probably going to have it delivered by DoorDash
Um,
because
well,
they picked them up and I've delivered for them for about 3 times.
see, I'm not okay with that.
Me either.
That's not okay with me. Unless I don't know if they just don't have enough drivers. If they don't have enough, if they legit don't have enough drivers, then I can see that because there are times when we don't have enough drivers. But I I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, me either. Like I said, what like we was talking about, a while back. I don't believe in taking money out of a person's pocket if they're actually hired in as a driver. Then that almost makes me feel like, for people that know what this means, it almost makes me feel like a scab when I'm coming in there and doing their job.
Yeah.
I don't feel right doing that.
So I got for Christmas. I got a Little Caesars gift card. So a couple months ago, we had Little Caesars, and I didn't like it. It was too greasy. It could be just that because I know it was Little Caesars as a franchise, but it was too greasy, and I didn't like the sauce. But I do actually like their crazy bread.
Their crazy bread's good.
Crazy bread is good. I do like I like Papa John's crust. Like that's my favorite part of the pizza is the crust. I love dipping that in the garlic sauce.
Garlic.
And then the other thing I like is the Domino's has, in my opinion, Domino's has a pretty good crust.
I think.
Back in Utah, we actually had Papa Murphy's, which was really good. But the way they had theirs, I don't know if y'all had that, but Papa Murphy's is a take and bake pizza, where you take it home and bake it yourself.
Yeah, yeah. We have a Papa Murphy's here.
In Dayton area.
No, in Springfield.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Where?
It's up. Hold on. You know where the Hickory Inn's at?
No.
There's a it's Paddock's Pizza and the other one as well. The one that you just now talked about. They're both in there. Trying to describe them where it's at.
In
If
Springfield?
yeah, yeah. If you, it should be on like Limestone. Unless they've recently closed down.
Uh, unless what?
Unless they like recently closed down because they were there when I worked for a temp service that's right directly across the street. Uh, yeah, it shows Papa Murphy's menu, Springfield, Ohio, and the phone number and all that stuff and everything. Let me see here. This one says it's on Bechtel on here,
I know
but I don't.
Papa John's is on Bechtel.
No, this says Papa Murphy's. If you look up on Google,
Uh
look up
huh.
Papa Murphy's, Springfield, Ohio, and the very first thing on Google that should show up, no apostrophe with this. Very first one that should show up is all menus, but it says it's on Bechtel, and I know there's not one on Bechtel anymore. The one that I'm talking about is across from Hickory Inn on Limestone.
We're getting down and dirty. Hold on. Uh,
Let's see here.
Patty's Pizza.
Yeah, but it's in there with it. There's two different places in there.
McMurray's.
No, it
Uh,
was both of them was there, but they ended up building that little strip shopping center next to it.
that's
So
Jimmy
they
John's.
they may have that's got Jimmy Johnson stuff in it. Yeah, but they may have moved it or went out of business since then. This was about 6 months ago.
Well, yes, there's. It's not showing.
Like I said, I don't understand why it's showing even one on Bechtel Avenue, which there's not one on Bechtel Avenue.
Um, 1930 North Bechtel.
Yeah, so I don't know, but they show their pizzas and stuff and everything that they got on that menu site. Give me 2 seconds. I need to let Tammy out. She's
You're
whining.
fine.
So so hold on. Hold on, Tambo.
Interesting. Let's see. Dave says, if you guys order through a service that you work with and do the order yourself, can you get paid for picking up your own order? I don't know. That would be an interesting question. I mean, the other option is have the wife order and then you pick it up. Dave's got a question for you.
For me,
Yeah.
hold on. If you guys order through a service that you can work with and do the order yourself, can you get paid for picking up your own order? Well, chances are it goes by random. So chances are when you place that order, somebody else is going to get that order and deliver it. You can't really choose on whether you're going to pick it up or not.
Interesting. What if you're
Trust me,
like, what if you're like the only driver in that area?
I've tried that before and it still doesn't work.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I've tried it, but I mean, it may work in other areas, but it just hasn't worked for me. So, which that would have been awesome the other night when they didn't have any drivers in the area. I could have just signed on and went and picked it up, but um, apparently it doesn't work like that. And I'm almost probably pretty sure they probably have a policy against that because they attach everything. All the delivery services attach everything with your address, not who you are. I've ordered from Uber Eats numerous times, but Monica hasn't. So Monica tried to use a code the other day or maybe it was vice versa. Maybe I tried to use the code with Grubhub or Uber Eats, and it wouldn't allow me to do it because it said I'd ordered before, which I hadn't, but everything was tied to our address.
Interesting. So my thought process was to have Monica order, and then you go online and see if you get the delivery.
Yeah, I've tried that before. You don't. You don't.
That's
Well,
so
odds are you won't. Put it that way. I mean, I've only tried it a couple times, so.
gotcha. Interesting.
But yeah, that would be pretty awesome because I that's how I first wanted to try out the DoorDash thing to see if DoorDash drivers got their tips or not. Have her order something and not tip, and then have her order something else and actually tip. But I was grateful enough to know certain drivers and stuff like that to where I could find out that information and do it that way. All that sugar, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's see. Sugars is it's only 65 grams. Only.
yeah, yeah. John, I have actually been drinking Propel though. This is Papa's first pop I've had in a while. I've actually bought another case of Propel today that has all the different kinds of Propel. That's what I drink all day long while I'm at work.
Yes.
So
We're drinking all the sugar so you don't have to, John. We're
there you go.
we're taking one for the team.
All right. I'll be right back again in 1 second. I gotta go check on Tambo real
All
quick.
right. We'll be here.
All right.
So, are you doing any better, John? I've got to ask because I like you. It does too look like Propel. Stop giving him a hard time. I do need some vapor rub. I need something. I actually have been using Sudafed, which has helped clear out the sinuses, but it's not like clearing out the congestion in my chest. So I actually stopped at work today while I was actually on the way to work. I stopped and got some NyQuil and some Dayquil, so I'm going to try that tonight. I would have taken it earlier, but I didn't want to get like in trouble for driving on drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay. I know, right? I would, except for she works more than I do, and so that would just make her life miserable. Yeah, drugs are bad. Okay. Don't do drugs.
All right, I'm back. I'm
All right.
back.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
I
I actually like that you can display comments. I think that's pretty sweet.
like it too.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I had to. Timmy's still infatuated with that stinking raccoon in that tree.
Mm. You have a fenced in backyard though, right?
Yeah, yeah, but
That's nice.
they get up underneath the fence and they go. We have so many trees in the backyard where they go from one tree to another, where they don't really have to worry about getting down on the ground.
But
So can
you don't have to worry about Tommy escaping.
Timmy what?
You don't have to worry about Tommy escaping.
Yeah, she did one time.
Oh
Actually,
wow.
actually twice. One time was a fault of ours, pretty much because we had uh, left one of the gates or whatever unlocked, and she happened to go through it. But the other time, I actually had to bust down the fence to get her because she was trapped in between our fence and the neighbor behind us fence. She had dug underneath the fence and got trapped in between both of them. So I had to bust her out.
That would be scary.
Yeah, she was scared. She was scared.
I wish we had a fenced in backyard. We can't let our well, I'm gonna be honest, we take our dog out to go potty without a leash, but we can't leave her out there
Ah.
because we don't have a fenced in yard.
Yeah, John Tammy's still chasing Sadie up the trees. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I need to
Uh,
get me a like a been meaning to get me a pellet gun or something like that because you can't here within city limits. You know, you can't discharge a gun or anything like that. So I need to get something just to not kill it, but make it upset enough to where it stays away.
I have an airsoft gun,
That'll work.
spring loaded.
But yeah, she goes out there and she can smell it, and she goes nuts. She's treed possums. Uh, she's chased down um, like hedgehog, badger, gopher type deals. I posted a video one time where she found a big, huge turtle out there.
Wow.
I mean, she if there's anything that could be found in that backyard, she'll find it.
Skunk.
Yeah, she got sprayed by a skunk. Yep.
Oh my gosh. That would be miserable.
It was miserable because let me tell you something. I didn't know about it when she did it or had it done to her. She passed underneath me, and I'd never had a dog before that had been sprayed by a skunk. She passed below me, and I'm like, why does that smell like burnt tar? That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of, or like a rubber tire burning. That's what it smelled like at first. And I was like, oh my gosh. I got to looking online, and I was like, she got sprayed by a skunk, and
Oh.
she wallered in here. I had to get stuff to spray in here. I had to get stuff to set out in here. I had to boil.
Oh, I remember that. You had to take her to the vet, didn't you?
Yes,
Oh, that would
because
be.
she got it in her eyes real bad,
That's
uh,
right.
and and then I had to boil apple cider vinegar and take it throughout the house to let it soak up some of the oils and stuff in the airs. But it took forever for the smell to go away. Forever.
I feel like so there's a crawl space under our house. I feel like a skunk got in that one day or this past week and sprayed it.
Oh wow. Well, the best thing is just to remember when you're dealing with one, is it's the actual oils that you need to get rid of because that's what makes it smell. That's what keeps lingers the smell. It's not the stuff in the air or anything like that. It's the actual oils
Gotcha.
that gets on stuff.
Uh, my mom, and speaking of skunks, my mom actually had a pet skunk growing up, and the vet refused to take the smell sack off because he was afraid that they'd get tired of it and let it out in the wild. But she had a
Oh
pet skunk. I mean, that makes sense.
yeah,
But and then her brother had a pet monkey.
Monkey.
Yeah, monkey.
You bathe her in tomato juice and soup. I heard that works for some dogs, but some dogs I heard it kind of makes a mess. What we did is we made our own concoction with peroxide, baking soda, and Dawn dish soap, and bathed her a couple times in it. The only spot that I couldn't get the smell really, really off of her was like right in between her eyes, right
Oh,
where her nose is at, because I didn't want to get the soap and stuff in her eyes. So what I did is they have a skunk treatment at one of the groomer that she goes to, and we had her done a skunk treatment on her, and but she still smelled like that. They even told us every time after a dog gets sprayed by a skunk, every time they get wet, you're going to smell that skunk smell for a long time. All you can do is wait it out. Even the stuff that happens in your house, all you can do is wait it out for the smell to go away.
I can see that, John.
You think that Katrina doesn't like milkshake because it's black and white?
Whoa. Nobody asked you, iTunes. Go away. Stupid Mac.
But yeah, you also another thing I looked up is I thought she had got a hold of a possum, because we have possums and stuff out here that she chases around too, especially at nighttime. She'll chase them up the tree because they're nocturnal. They said that sometimes when they like play dead, they'll secrete this awful smell, and they said sometimes you can mistake that for skunk smell as well. But we found out Tammy's was definitely a skunk. But what I did find out about the reason why I don't mess with possums is because if you have a possum in your yard or around your yard, especially in the springtime and summertime, they will eat all the ticks in your yard. So if you have ticks or fleas or anything like that within your yard, they'll take care of them. They'll eat them. So
Oh, nice.
they're actually good to have in your yard if you have dogs.
We had a possum sleeping in our trash can once.
They're weird. They are. Did it hiss at you?
No, it was asleep.
Oh,
I took a picture and a video of it, but it was sleeping in our trash can outside.
wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I don't, John, I don't understand how, possums are pretty nasty. They don't do rabies, but I don't understand how they can eat, how you see an animal or something
With
like
their
that.
mouth.
No, that they can, that they can eat like skunk, like ticks and stuff like
Uh,
that when we can't. You know what I'm saying? It just blows my mind how some things can eat certain things, but we can't, and they still stay alive. They still live. But if we were to eat some ticks, we'd die. We get like Lyme disease or something.
that's crazy. Oh wait.
Yeah, but when we had Molly, she wasn't as avid as a tracker as Tammy is. Molly was a tree walker coonhound. Tammy's a red tick coonhound. But Molly chased a couple possums up trees too when she was here. So when she was
Gosh.
still with us.
Leia will chase birds out of the yard. Does that count?
Yeah. Tammy will chase birds. She'll take squirrels. Anything that's out there, she'll chase them. She tries to knock the squirrels off the top of the fences in the back. Uh, at least 3 times a year, we have baby birds in our yard because birds will actually set up nests and they'll push the birds out to get them to fly. And they normally hop around our yard for 2 or 3 days until they actually fly. Well, Molly and Tammy both has messed with the baby birds and stuff. I've had to keep them away from there, and I try not to mow, stuff like that. So um, they chase just about everything.
Leia even tries to chase the neighbors out of their own yard. There was a possum in our trash can. Katrina kept messing with the can. We didn't know why until we went until I went down to look when I found out what the problem was. It scared the dookie out of me. Yeah, it scared the crap out of me first, and then I realized what it was, and then I just took a picture and a video at a distance.
Wait until you have a raccoon in there and it's actually hissing at you.
No, I'm
That's when it
good.
gets scary.
I'm good. There's actually definitely more wildlife in Springfield than there was back in Utah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would think Utah would
See,
have more.
the way Utah is I lived in a small city called Pleasant Grove, and but it was connected to a bigger city, and I think that had to do something with it. Like Springfield's kind of a small city,
Yeah,
um, and but like, and I lived in a small city growing up, but it was connected to another small city, which is connected to a bigger city, and so it's like Columbus or Dayton, how it's got Huber Heights and Beaver Creek and Fairborn. It's all connected.
yeah.
So
I just want to get rid of the coons here. I mean, they're just.
have
I
you
just.
have you thought about getting a coonhound?
Yeah. Well, see, it wouldn't be so bad if the tree limbs and stuff like the neighbors, all three neighbors that are around us, as far as to butt up to the backyard, they have big trees and stuff like we have, and like I said, a lot of their limbs reach to other trees and in other people's backyards and stuff. So the coon really doesn't even have to come down on the ground. It just goes across the trees when it wants to go from here to there, here to there. Now, if the coon had to actually get down on the ground, then I have a feeling that it probably wouldn't stick around because Timmy would chase it off.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of squirrels that go from tree to tree in our yard. So,
Oh my gosh, I like squirrels, but Monica, she likes them, but she don't like them because she likes to put out bird seed in the bird feeder, and we've been getting a lot of blue jays and stuff this year, woodpeckers. I mean, all kinds of stuff. But the squirrels will come up and they'll start eating the bird seed,
gotcha.
and she's like, "Get out of here!"
So growing up, we went camping quite a bit. My parents had a tent trailer that would take out camping, and my mom stopped at Costco on the way out of town one time and bought a big old bag of almonds. She was addicted to almonds.
Mm, I like almonds. I can't have them anymore,
Al-
but I like them.
Almonds are good, but so I had a handful. I was sitting down in my camp chair, relaxing, doing whatever, and I tossed an almond to a squirrel, and then I tossed it closer, and then I tossed it closer. I finally had a squirrel eating almonds out of my hand. It would come up, take the almond out of my hand, and then run away and eat it, and then come back, and it's kind of cool.
That's cool. Uh, your grandpa had a pet raccoon, so you can't do that around here anymore. We used to, John. We used to have this place in town that had llamas, and they were like a llama farm. Well, the city passed the thing where you can't have any type of exotic pet as for exotic animal as far as a pet of like your normal stuff, like dogs, cats, horses, stuff like that. So a lot of people around here don't have that stuff anymore. And the guy that did do the llamas, he actually moved out of state because of it.
That's stupid.
Yeah, because llamas weren't hurting anything. I mean, I don't know.
I've never had honey roasted almonds. These were just raw almonds. They were pretty good. Oh, but
Honey roasted peanuts. See, I can't have nuts anymore.
that stinks.
Yeah, I just with my diverticulosis and it built into ISIS,
Ah,
I can't have certain foods anymore. I can't have corn. Corn,
oh,
literally, if I have two, just two pieces, kernels of corn, my stomach bloats way out, and I'm definitely ill for like a week.
That sucks. I love corn.
So do I. I loved it when I was a kid. I would eat a can by itself.
Ooh.
What kind of sack are you going to hit, John? No, I'm just playing.
You're gonna hit the sack and go to bed. I'm probably gonna do the same thing in here in a minute.
Yeah, I was about to say because Timmy acts like she wants to go back out again, but that's only because of that stinking raccoon.
Crazy raccoon.
Your pillar. I ain't heard that saying in a long time.
My pillar.
My pillar.
That sounds good. All right. Have a good night, John.
Yeah, you have a good night, John. Appreciate you stopping in, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I mean, we've been at this for 2.5 hours, so I think I personally I feel like Saturday Night Shenanigans return has been a huge success. I want to thank Mr. TV. Thank you guys for hanging out. We've talked quite a bit about random things, and it's been great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your support. Check out my channel. Is there anything you want to say, Mr. TV?
No, just keep up with the everybody. Just come back for the Saturday Night Shenanigans and just look for everybody going live with other stuff as well.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for your support. Stalk us on our social medias. I know mine's all in my social or all in the description of this video. Thank you, Dave. You have an amazing night as well.
Yep.
I'll see you next time. Wait. You guys are awesome. Have a great night.
Bye bye.
Bye.